In today's show, we look ahead to Sunday in the NBA, who we can stream in to win our matchup, Michael Bolton.
Thanks, Josh. It's Michael Bolton here, and it's time for another episode of the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, indeed.
You are Locked On Fantasy Basketball, your daily fantasy basketball podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast, brought to you by Basketball Monster. My name is Josh Lloyd and I am the lead fantasy analyst at basketballmonster.com. And you can find me on Twitter as always, at redrock_bball, on TikTok at redrock_bball, and on Instagram at Locked On Fantasy Basketball. Today's episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. First-time users can receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 with the promo code Locked On. That's PrizePicks.com, and the promo code is Locked On. Thank you for making Locked On Fantasy Basketball your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms. So we're here on Sunday, finishing off this All-Star Week matchup. So who do we stream in? In points leagues for Yahoo, points leagues for ESPN, category leagues, who are the guys that can get us over the edge in each individual category? And then we look ahead to the next 4 days as well to get us prepared for week 19. Warning.
Let's get it on, Gilly.
All right, we'll start off with the Yahoo Points leagues. Who can we stream in? And you look at the top of that list and you go, Dan Gafford, Josh, again. The bloke never plays. He plays 20 minutes. Yes, but Porzingis is out tomorrow. So Porzingis being in or out doesn't impact Gafford's foul trouble. Doesn't change that. But what it does do is it raises his minute ceiling. It raises it from maybe 26, 25 to 31. And the absence of Porzingis means hopefully old mate Unsold is more likely to play him through some early foul trouble. Also, maybe it means Gafford doesn't get into as much foul trouble because he's being really cautious of that. Regardless, that upside value of Dan Gafford tomorrow with no Porzingis is so high that I think you take that risk on it. You take it on Denny Avdija as well, who, again, with no Porzingis, there are just extra minutes available. Now, Avdija normally performs better when a guard wing is out, gives him more ball handling opportunities, and that's not Porzingis. But there's more usage to go around here. There are more minutes to go around, and that's going to help Avdija. So two really big opportunities for those two Wizards big men, forward/centers, to have value for Sunday. Kyle Anderson still, look, I'm just going to keep going on about this. Towns is still not back. Anderson's going to start. He's going to play 30 minutes, and he's going to be useful. And he's available in lots of spots. So this is an easy add. Dante DiVincenzo for Golden State. We know that Steph won't be there. I assume that Draymond is going to play after missing last game, but I don't think Andrew Wiggins is ready to go with whatever this personal issue that's concerning him at the moment. He's missed 3 straight games starting back from the 14th of February, so we're like 2 weeks in here. I don't know that he's going to be able to play. It doesn't really feel like he is. So that helps DiVincenzo quite a bit. Jared Vanderbilt is there for the Lakers. The minutes are pretty solid. They have been in the 2 games that he started. Last game it was low. There was a real blowout vibe to that one. So that did limit what he was able to do. But he's an interesting guy that's available in a lot of different spots. We go to OKC because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been ruled out for Sunday already. So Isaiah Joe is going to be one of the hottest commodities to add. He was great last game. He played big minutes. He hit a lot of threes and he scored well. And he's probably going to get the opportunity to do it again. And we've also got Lou Dort in that mix.
No, my son is also named Bort.
Dort's had double-digit rebounds the last 2 games. He's going to shoot poorly, but he's going to have more usage, and he's going to have more opportunities to score. So both Joe and Dort are really strong streamers for Sunday. And then there's KJ Martin in Houston, who is just locked into 30 minutes every night. And I don't know why he's still available in over 50% of leagues, but he is. So let's take advantage of it. It's actually 40% for him. I think he's at 55% because the points league cutoffs I use is 40% available. So KJ Martin, go and grab him. These are 8 very strong options. Gafford, Avdija, Joe, and Dort, which are really influenced by absences to Porzingis and Shai, but some really strong ads for Sunday for a Yahoo Points League. Similar names on an ESPN Points League. I use a different cutoff. These guys have all got to be rostered in under 30% of leagues because ESPN, no one's active over there. So these guys are all available in over 70% of leagues. Got the similar names there at the top. Gafford with Porzingis out. Joe with Gilgeous-Alexander out. DiVincenzo with Steph and likely Wiggins out. Kyle Anderson with Towns out. Denny Avdia with Porzingis out. But then you got someone like Cam Johnson. There's no one really out there apart from Ben Simmons. Now, Johnson was a little bit disappointing last game, but that whole team was disappointing. Where they scored like 28 points in the first half, something ridiculous like that. So they should be able to play more minutes in this game. And I like Cam Johnson as an option. Jared Vanderbilt Bar. Why can't I say that name? Jared Vanderbilt Bar's back on the list there. And Matisse Thybulle, actually on ESPN, he has a little bit of value. They overweight or upweight steals and blocks a little bit more there. And that helps Thybulle. He's going to have a strong role with no Simons, even though Lillard and Grant are back. So no Simons and the starting spot available because Hart's gone quite obviously. So Thybulle is a good option there. So 8 names that are available in a lot of different ESPN leagues. These are all over 70% available. But if you're in a standard ESPN points league, those guys are all useful to provide that value for you on Sunday to hopefully get you a matchup and push you further either into the playoffs or, further up the standings. Today's episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is daily fantasy, but it's not the daily fantasy that you've seen in the past. It's not salary caps. It's not you against thousands of people trying to get that elusive best lineup. It's just player projections. That's it. They put a player projection out and you go, oh, I look at that and go, I think you'll get more or less than that number. Whether that's Cam Reddish at 1.5 steals and you go, I think he'll get less than that today. Or you could look at Daniel Gafford and 1.5 blocks and go, I think you will foul out again. So let's go less than that. You get between 2 to 6 of those individual projections, put them into a lineup, and you can win up to 25 times your entry fee back. It's that simple. You can do it in under 60 seconds. It's safe and fast and secure. You can do it in over 30 US states. You can do it in most Canadian provinces and territories. And you can do it for a bunch of sports. You can do it for the NHL. You can do it for the upcoming Major League Baseball season. You can do it for college basketball, men's and women's. You can do it for NASCAR. You can do it for boxing. You can do it for UFC. You can do it for PGA. You can do it for European basketball. You can do it for cricket. You can do it for, did I say golf? Well, if not, I'm going to say it again. You can do it for golf. You can do it for soccer. And, of course, you can do it for disc golf. So download the PrizePicks app or go to prizepicks.com to sign up and play daily fantasy sports. First-time users can receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 with the promo code Locked On. If you deposit $100, PrizePicks will give you $100. If you deposit $50, PrizePicks will give you $50. Don't forget to enter the promo code Locked On at sign up for an instant deposit match up to $100. Let's go to category leagues. Who are we streaming in for the points category for Sunday? Again, you're going to give a lot of repetition of names. That's how it works. I really like Isaiah Joe and Lou Dort. Big opportunities, big usage, big ball handling, big minutes with Shea out. Big opportunities for both of Isaiah Joe and Lou Dort to be really strong points category streamers. I like Shaedon Sharpe a little bit. I'm a little worried that last game with Lillard out, they still kept Sharpe on the bench, which is pretty much coaching malpractice, but maybe they were also protecting Sharpe after the lack of warm-up. So will he start? Will he not? I honestly have no idea what they're going to do with the rotation, but he's an option. Cam Reddish is also an option there. Got him down that list there. They're both available in a lot of spots. I just don't know how they're going to run that. I think Gafford can get some points. He might get 16 points, 17 points, which is enough to make an impact. KJ Martin, similar. Probably similar scoring load, but the minutes are going to be strong for him. Malik Monk is playing excellently at the moment. He's really cutting into what Kevin Huerter is doing. So Monk's ability to score is great here. We already said Cam Reddish. And then there's Malik Beasley as well, who doesn't do much more than points and threes. D'Angelo Russell is out, so that probably helps him a little bit, given that Schroeder doesn't have to play next to Russell at all. He can play primarily or exclusively at point guard, and that probably helps Malik just a little bit there. Some of the same names push over onto the three-pointers list. Isaiah Joe, like he might hit 10. Like he is a great option there, and Beasley also might hit 10. Very, very strong options to win your three-point category. Dante DiVincenzo's there. Timmy Hardaway also has pretty high upside in terms of threes. I think he hit 6 in his last game. You got Corey Kispert, although, is he going to play 25 minutes or 17 minutes? I think with Porzingis out, they will go with him more. They will probably start him, and he'll probably play 30-plus minutes, which might mean 3 or 4 threes. You got Pat Connaughton, who is off the injury report while Giannis is doubtful. So Connaughton should get some extra playing time, and Grayson Allen gets a couple of extra shots, which might turn into 1 to 2 extra threes for him. And then Reggie Bullock, he doesn't do anything else, but there is an opportunity for him to hit 4 or 5 threes. He might only take 5 shots or 6 shots, but that's all he does. And when you're looking for threes, there are other guys who are better options, but Bullock is at least in that mix if you're just desperately searching for three-pointers. For rebounds, we go to Washington, Avdia and Gafford. Both could get double digits. I like both those streams. I also like Pig Williams in OKC. Yes, the upside for him always seems a little bit capped by the other players there, but he's getting 24, 25 minutes a night. He can get double-digit rebounds. Let's see if the trend continues. I'm interested in it. Drew Eubanks will get another start in Portland. He's not going to blow us away, but he'd be useful enough. KJ Martin's a good rebounder. Dwight Powell doesn't do too much else. He's like Dallas's Kevon Looney. And Kevon Looney, of course, if he is available, you have him for rebounds. But using my cutoff for 50%, he is actually over-rostered there. Torrey Craig can get some rebounds. Not loving that one. And Kyle Anderson can be a 6 or 7 rebound guy as well. So there are quite a few good rebound options out there. It's not quite as nice for the assist, as is always the case. You got ravishing Rick Rubio as a really solid option. You got Dennis Schroeder, who is going to start with Russell out. I would expect he's going to start, and that gives him maybe 6-7 assist upside. That makes it make sense. Kyle Anderson's a 6 or 7 assist player and available still in 50% of leagues. And then you get a little bit lesser there. Dante DiVincenzo, maybe 3 or 4. Dylan Wright's an interesting one. He's off the injury report. They said he had a quad issue last game, but he's okay. There's no Porzingis. Do they go smaller with him a little bit more? He's one to watch. Malik Monk can get 4. Karis LeVert can get 9, honestly. He might get 9 assists with 9 shots and 2 makes, but he can get good assist numbers. Watch him. And then the rabbit hunter, Alex Caruso.
Be very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
They started him last game and then it was a blowout, so we didn't get to see his full minutes load. Will he be a 28-minute-a-night player replacing Pat Williams? If he is, then there's really good value in Alex Caruso in this category and in the next category, which is steals. And there's a lot of good steals guys on the waiver wire. As you'll see in all of these Sunday streaming videos that I do, it's always very tough to get guys to influence an assist category, and it's very easy to get steals and threes. Remember that when we head into the drafts next season. You can always find steals off the wire. You can always find threes. It's very hard to find assists. And that means 2 things. You either load up on assists in a draft or you punt them. Steals, Matisse Thybulle, excellent. DiVincenzo, these are 3 to 4 steals guys. Delon Wright, you can get bushels from those guys. Alex Caruso, that is 4 absolute steals maestros who are available in lots of spots that you can stream in and get good numbers from. Then you got Kyle Anderson, who's not a bad steals guy, probably not quite as good as those other 4, but still pretty good. You got Cam Reddish, because if he starts and plays 30, there's 2 steals perhaps coming that way as well. Then there's Isaiah Joe and Josh Okogie. Probably a little bit lesser again. You've probably got 3 levels there. The top 4, the next 2, then the next 2. But Joe and Okogie can at least get you 1 or 2. And they've got pretty sizable roles, theoretically, coming up. For blocks, usually we don't get many good options, but it's not too bad. Especially because Gafford and Eubanks are 2 guys widely available who should be able to push, hopefully, to 30 minutes. You got Thybulle as an out-of-position shot blocker. You got Kyle Anderson, Chris Boucher, although, minutes there are going to be an issue. Okogie. And then the interesting one, or one of the interesting ones, is old mate Mo Bamba, if I can actually find it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Last game he did play a lot because of the blowout, but he can always have 2 blocks in 15 minutes. That's possible. And then there's Naz Reid, who the Wizard of Oz had a really good game last time against Minnesota, or for Minnesota, sorry. And they played him a little bit alongside Rudy Gobert, and he put up some really good numbers. So when you're getting desperate, Naz Reid can be a blocks streaming option. Today's episode is also brought to you by the legends over at Built Bar. If you're looking for a delicious treat, but you don't want to pack on the calories, Built Bar is here for you. It's a protein bar, high in protein, 17 grams of protein, 130 calories in a bar, but it is low in calories. It's low in fat, it's low in sugar, but it tastes delicious, not like other protein bars, which taste terrible. This is covered in 100% real chocolate. That's their secret. There's so many different flavors. My favorite's cookies and cream, but they bring special edition flavors out all the time. And you can go straight to Built.com to order them. But you don't have to do that. You can now go into Walmart, go down to the pharmacy section, and they're there. Built Bars, 4-bar boxes, coconut puffs, cookies and cream, and double chocolate. Or go to Sam's Club, and they've got the big boxes, the 13-bar boxes, the chunky boys, in churro flavor or brownie batter. So go to Built.com, find the Built Bar flavors that you want, or if you're just in a Walmart, go and have a look. Go and grab some. A little tasting sampler box. 4-bar box, or in Sam's Club. Built Bar is built different. Let's look at some field goal percentage players, guys that can help you influence that category. Their volume is going to be the issue, but these are probably the best options out there. And again, Gafford's at the top. If he plays 30 minutes, he might have 70% shooting. That's really good. Dwight Powell, rebounds, field goal percentage. Doesn't do anything else, but the minutes should be okay. KJ Martin, very strong field goal guy. Drew Eubanks, These are all starting players. And then you get down to some iffier options. The big avocado, Andre Drummond. He was quite good against the Nets, but it was against the Nets team that was dreadful. And he can have some wild field goal percentage nights, but he's been a little bit more under control. Chimezie Metu in Sacramento. He might not even play 10 minutes, but he might be a 70% guy. Trendon Watford. He's had a couple of good games, and if Eubanks gets into foul trouble, he's an interesting option there. And then there's Day'Ron Sharpe. With Ben Simmons out, he's going to get the backup center minutes behind Claxton. That might be 18 minutes. He might have like 4 or 5 shooting, 80%. And that's enough to have a little bit of an influence in that category. Free throw percentage, quite a few good options here. Dennis Schroeder's a great one. Cam Reddish, Malik Monk is an excellent free throw shooter. Grayson Allen is as well. You got Austin Reeves, Damian Lee. I'm a little bit iffy on Lee. Wouldn't get too excited there. Corey Kispert, and then even Reggie Jackson, who can hurt you in other areas. But in 20 minutes a night, he might go 4 or 4 from the line. And that's pretty strong to help you boost that category up. If we look at the next 4 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, who are we streaming in? We've got low volume days on Sunday, on Monday, and on Wednesday. But there is no person that plays, or no team that plays those 3 nights. So we can't get 3 quality games out of 4 here. So be aware of that. You can't get that little extra bonus across those 4 days. But you can get a bunch of guys who play 2 quality games. Drew Eubanks, Josh Richardson, Matisse Thybulle, Jared Vanderbilt, Killian Hayes, Isaiah Joe, Alex Caruso, Shaden Sharp. They've got 2 games on low volume days in the next 4 nights, which might make them worth looking at. And if you just want to look at the next 4 days in total, who are some guys you can add that are going to be really good? The top 7 names here, I think, are all top 100 on a per game basis and should be on a roster. You got Kyle Anderson, he's got 2 games. DiVincenzo's got 2. Thybulle's got 3. Dan Gafford's got 2. Zach Collins only got 1, but I'd still be adding him. Joshie Richardson's got 2. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's got 2. And then like Thybulle, Drew Eubanks has 3 games. So the 3 games there. Portland is the only team with 3 games. The Thunder have 3. The Lakers have 3. The Bulls have 3. The Rockets have 3. The Nets have 3. And the Bucks have 3. All of them play Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So all of them have that combination. And Tuesday's got 10 games on. So you're probably only going to use them twice. But yeah, someone like Eubanks probably slides in to be able to be used 3 times to get that extra boost. And guys, that'll do it for me today. Don't forget to follow this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and on the Odyssey app. If you're on YouTube, thumb it up. Leave your comments down below. Guys, we are done here. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. See ya.